What up, and what's poppin'? It's your dog Breeze from Fahrenheit 451, part of the Fourth and Gold Network. We're burning the books alive 1 and 2 on yesterday's picks. Back with my best bets in the WNBA for September 6th. First up from the Indiana Fever, give me Aaliyah Boston over 10 rebounds, minus 140 odds over at Bet365. 14 rebounds in her last game, 13, 12, 16, and 15 rebounds in her last 4 versus Minnesota, who allows the 4th most rebounds. Next, from the Minnesota Lynx, give me Courtney Williams over 11 points, minus 115 odds over at Bet365. She's hitting this line in her last 6 out of 8 games with one hook. 28, 17, 10, and 10 points in her last 4 versus Indiana. Indiana allowing the most points in the WNBA. I ain't playing no defense. Next, Freaky T from the Dallas Wings, Tierra McCowan, over 8.5 rebounds, minus 115 odds pretty much across the board. 11 rebounds or more in her last 5 games with highs of 17 and 13. 9 rebounds or more in her last 8 versus her opponent. 11 rebounds or more in her last 4 versus with highs of 16 and 14 2 times. Her opponent is Atlanta, my bad, y'all. Atlanta allows the 2nd most defensive rebounds in the W. Next, from the Atlanta Dream, give me Ryan Howard over her 3 threes, minus 160. So I parlayed that with Freaky T to get 7 rebounds, plus 115 over at Bet365. Ryan Howard has had over 3 threes in her last 6 out of 7, and in her last 3 out of 4 versus Dallas. She's averaging 10 3-pointers attempted in her last 10 games. 9, 9, and 15 threes attempted in her last 3. Next, from the Las Vegas Aces, give me A'ja Wilson over 11.5 rebounds, minus 128 odds over at FanDuel. 16, 17, and 14 rebounds in her last 3. 13 and 16 rebounds in her last 2 versus Connecticut. Last but not least, give me Camila Cardoso of the Chicago Sky over her 10.5 points, minus 120 odds over at ESPN Bet. 22 and 14 points in her last 2 games. 15 points in her last game versus the Sparks. And now Kenny Carter is back, so she should be able to dish her the rock and make an entry pass, unlike the other Sky guards. Also, if Kennedy gets to cooking and they double her, it'll be an easy drop off to Cardoso in the paint. So to run it all back, I took Aaliyah Boston over 10 rebounds, Courtney Williams over 11 points, Freaky T, Tierra McCowan over 9 rebounds, Ryan Howard for 3 threes, parlaying that with Freaky T to get 7 rebounds, A'ja Wilson to grab 12 boards, and Cardoso to put up 11 points. Like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep burning them. As always, I will see you tomorrow. Love, peace, and fish grease. Parlays and Builders will be over on Twitter. Don't meet me there, beat me there.